Would you risk everything for a stranger? It was 1:30 in the morning when I left work after a double shift. The streets were empty, the only light coming from flickering neon signs and the occasional passing car. As I cut through the parking garage shortcut to get to my car faster, I heard muffled crying echoing between the concrete walls. I hesitated, but curiosity, and something deeper, pulled me forward. I found a teenage girl huddled behind a pillar, knees drawn to her chest, mascara streaked down her cheeks. She flinched when she saw me and tried to hide, but I said softly, "Hey, are you okay?" She shook her head violently. Her lip was bleeding. She whispered, "He's coming. He's going to kill me." My heart slammed against my ribs. Before I could ask who, footsteps thundered down the ramp. A man appeared, late 20s, wild eyes, breathing hard. He locked eyes with me, then with the girl. He started shouting, accusing her of stealing his wallet, of cheating, of ruining his life. His rage was unhinged. He took a step forward, hand reaching into his jacket. That's when I realized he might be armed. I had two choices: run to my car and escape, or put myself between him and the girl. My legs trembled, but I moved in front of her anyway. I raised my hands and said, "Leave her alone, I've called the cops." It was a lie. I hadn't even taken out my phone. His eyes darted between me and the girl. He started screaming insults, then punched the pillar next to my head so hard the concrete cracked. I flinched but didn't move. The girl sobbed harder behind me. In the distance, I heard sirens. Someone must have called them after hearing the shouting. The man bolted down the ramp, disappearing into the night. I collapsed to my knees, adrenaline leaving my body in a rush. The girl hugged me like her life depended on it. When the police arrived, they took our statements. I learned she'd been trying to leave her abusive boyfriend, and he'd chased her across half the city after she finally ran. A week later, she called me from a women's shelter, saying she was starting over in another state. She thanked me for giving her a chance to escape. That night, I realized risking everything for a stranger isn't about bravery. It's about refusing to let someone suffer when you have the power to stand up for them, even if it terrifies you.